Hello folks, GWT here, West Truther channel, Wonder Man channel, and WestTrutherOnMines.com. Haven't posted anything there lately, but I intend to. I hope you enjoyed the last video. I see a few people didn't, but I think it's the same few people on every one of my videos that don't enjoy them. But anyway, trusting in your favorite broadcasting these days. I want to tell y'all something. I want to ask you about something called cadmium, zinc, sulfide. It's zinc, cadmium, sulfide. And that's C-A-D-M-I-U-M, sulfide. It's real highly toxic. It's very highly toxic, and it's in the chemtrails, folks. It's some real bad stuff. Zinc. They put zinc in my Fixodent tooth glue and causes mouth and tongue and throat cancer. How nice of them. And listen, I'm going to tell you folks, for you folks that are watching me and screening me and censoring me real good, when I get through with this right here, I plan to get on the industrial weapons for the Earth's depopulation. And it's going to take a minute to do that. Because I know you folks ain't looking it up. You're not looking it up. You're not reading it. You're not researching. You want things given to you the easy way, and so you can pick up on the things that seem interesting to you, and the rest of it you'll just let it go. But you know something, folks? A lot of those things that y'all pass up with no interest, it's a dot that connects to other dots. Anyway, y'all should check out a channel called G Reporter. Capital G and a space and then the word reporter. Just go there and check it out, folks. I noticed that one of my videos I had 17 views, I had 8 thumbs up, and I had an average watch time, of 7.5 minutes. So I have to ask myself, who's watching all the way through? Someone must be watching all the way through. Out of 17 views, the average watch time is 7.5 minutes. Because I would imagine the average watch time for some people isn't even 1 minute or 2 minutes. And that's a shame, because I really do think that they're missing some information that'll fit right into their thought process. But probably only one or very few that watches my videos all the way through, and I'm really sorry that y'all don't watch my videos all the way through, because I think some of my endings are way stronger than anywhere else in the videos. So, you know, with this kind of watching, this average watch time per video, I have to ask myself, why do I want to continue on? I want to ask y'all something now. I'm going to get down to it. Quit crying on your shoulder. How many of y'all, one of my subscribers, gosh darn it, I was going to look their name up, but he sent me a PDF file. I had this file a long time ago, but I've gone through a lot of computers, folks. It's called it's NASA's Project Bluebeam. And I'm sure that probably maybe 1 out of 300 people who's ever visited my channel has even heard about it or read it. But anyway, Project Bluebeam causes death by heart attacks. And those researching Project Bluebeam, they have had some heart attacks, folks, and never had heart problems or conditions before. And 2 of the people that was working on this article here, or working on gathering information on Project Bluebeam, had unexplained, out-of-time heart attacks. Artificially produced earthquakes will uncover planted fabrications that will render all religions as false, and the planted evidence will cause people first to believe the government. They will believe the government's archaeological and scientific discoveries. Now they'll believe this stuff. which is presented to the people as truth. So they have fabricated things, put them away, and the HAARP machine is going to create a whole lot of earthquakes, and then they're going to find a whole new world of education and information, and it's going to tell everybody in the world that they've all got a false religion and they've all been everything is misunderstood, and they're going to get straightened out by these new scientific discoveries, archaeological digs and everything. And folks, y'all got to remember that almost 100% of all scientists work for the government, the same government that writes the school books, the same government that starts over nearly 200 wars, and the same government that puts you on a round spinning globe flying through outer space in a solar system. Folks, 97% plus of all scientists that are working, they work first and foremost for the government under Roman and Pharaonic Swiss octagon control of the Illuminati. Now you folks need to wake up. The falsification of this newly created evidence that will be turned up when they start doing these earthquakes all around and everything, the new Madrid, that could be one too. They could find, the corpses of, anybody in there. But anyway, it'll be used to make all the peoples of the different countries to then believe that their religious doctrines have been misinterpreted and misunderstood for many centuries. These new findings is going to convince everybody. Many movies have psychologically prepared many millions of people for this planned agenda. 2001, A Space Odyssey, Star Trek, Star Wars, and the Jurassic Park about evolution, and conflicts with religious beliefs. Earthquakes in different diverse places will give each country and their own religion, their own country's evidence of new discovery of fabricated truth. So each country is going to have their own new discoveries, and they're planting the evidence, and then they're going to dig it up, and oh wow, they're just going to mesmerize everybody with it. The plan is to undermine or overmine and discredit all religious doctrines of Christians and of Muslims alike. They will have many people who you have come to trust that will further convince you that their newly discovered proof from the past should be accepted. And most will believe, just like the Earth is a planet. The Blue Beam Project will use NASA's Blue Beam Project, and I'm going to tell you all a little bit who y'all need to remember who NASA is. The Blue Beam Project will use electronic wavelengths. 5G is already being used. Supercomputers are fed all languages, vocabularies, word definitions, so their holographic and sound projections will address everyone in their own tongue, where they live. And also, the supercomputers are fed with religious objective programs to control your mind through EMFs and TV news and documentaries to further subliminally message and stimulate your thought process with pictures and the trusted faces and voices that you remember as celebrity spokespersons. They have mapped our brains and all functions thereof and can use frequencies on us, on you, so that if you choose not to believe their deceptions and CGI images, then the frequencies will cause you to think about suicide. Or the frequencies may cause anything to befall that human. Their scientists and supercomputers have completely researched the anatomy and the mechanical composition of the human body and all of the electrical and chemical and biological properties of the human and reptilian brains in our heads, and can use reverse psychological, sorry about that, and they can use psychological impulse feeds to our minds, that if you don't go along with the New World Order system of one mind, then many will give into the suggestive powers of the electromagnetic frequencies and commit suicide. This ain't science fiction, folks. This ain't a script from some movie or something or another. What I'm telling you is this. Some of them suicides will be assisted, just like some of the researchers and targeted individuals and some of these people who are trying to get the truth out. Yeah, their suicides are assisted, and it's already happening, and it's been happening for many years. And if you don't understand what's going along, I've been telling y'all all along in all kinds of different word phrases and everything. They can do things with the electromagnetic frequencies to your body's working engine, to everything about your body. They have tapped in. Do you understand? They're supercomputers. They think like a human brain. Human brains think like a computer. They work the same, so they use a supercomputer that gets to your brain. These will be, what's going to happen is, they're going to make a big light show up in the sky, folks, and they're going to try to help convince everybody about this religious stuff. There will be multiple dimensional holographic show with visual and audio that for each people and each country, they will understand the show because it'll be in their tongue. And the images will be images that they relate to. This will be just like as if God's voice, and all that will hear it will understand it, and most will believe. Do you hear what I'm saying? And when the three-dimensional optical holograms with sound appear, each will match up to the predominating regional, national, religious faith systems of mind and spirit and body, and thus it will control. Body controlled by mind and religious spirit will not do much physically to resist the actions of the Swiss Octagon's New World Order. When your hands are spiritually tied and your mind is bound and gagged and by some electromagnetic frequency freakazoids, you're not going to do nothing. You ain't never going to do nothing. There could be a new Messiah, Maitreya, M-A-I-T-R-E-Y-A. That's what some people believe. Maitreya or Maitreya. Truth will be mixed with fiction and lies to hook the unsuspecting sheeple and Goyen. This Blue Beam project contains a machine that can physically lift up large groups of people. Physically lift their physical bodies into the air and take them away from the vision of the witnesses. How's that, folks? That's something like a God would do, like a rapture, ain't it? Well, I'm going to tell you something else. These truthers out here who everybody's 300, 500,000, 750,000 subscribers and everybody believes everything they say. They got the big radio shows, the talk shows, gazillion people calling in all of the time. Everybody's in support of them. And what are you going to do? When the poop hits the fan, and they don't tell you about the HAARP or the chemtrails. They don't tell you about the electromagnetic frequencies and the 5G, not like you hear on this channel. But I'm going to tell you what, when the poop hits the fan, you're going to go straight to them and listen to them, and they're going to give you the very advice that the government that has been sealing their lips and putting gag orders on them about what they can talk about, they're going to encourage you to do what the government wants you to do. I'll be back in a minute.